Sydney. Yep. You know what it is. Southpaw Talk with Southpaw Slick. And as you can see, it's a change of scenery. Change of scenery. I'm still in the same area though, but he's going to switch it up a little bit. But today's video is going to be based on a question that I got from one of my PSN buddies. And the question that he asked me over the weekend was, do I think that love songs, regardless of genre, do love songs cause men to simp or influence men to simp? And I'm thinking to myself, this is a really good question. But since the shift started, it's been crossing my mind. And the first thing that I thought of is that music is a powerful thing, right? If you guys are religious or have any knowledge on Christianity, some of you may know that Lucifer, who later became Satan, was the choir director of heaven before he was casted down. And that's why a lot of people say that music has power. And I believe that. And we're going to go into detail. Now, to go back to the question, do I believe that love songs influence men to simp? I'm going to say yes, but to an extent. It depends on what era we're talking about. Now, when he brought up regardless of genre, of course, you have, your rock ballads from the 80s, your love songs from the 60s to the early 2000s in particular. And we're going to go into that as far as why I say, that time period in particular. I'm saying, of course, you had, your songs with Boys to Men, for example, which they have done a lot, as far as like, I'll Make Love to You, Down on Bended Knee, End of the Road. All of those songs influence men to be a little bit more affectionate, to be a little bit more sensitive, to be a little bit more, considerate when it came to courting a woman. You know what I mean? Or songs from Jodeci, like Forever My Lady, for example. So you're having my baby, and it means so much to me. There's nothing more precious than to raise a family. That's what I'm talking about. So, of course, to an extent, music did influence men to simp a little bit, right? But I also look at it as art imitating life. The reason why men were even singing about the topics they were singing about was because there was a different caliber of women. You know what I mean? Like the Four Tops. Ain't no woman like the one I got. I'll kiss the ground she walks on. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of dudes nowadays, they will hear that and be like, that's on some sucker shit. Me, I don't hear it that way. Because that song came out in the 60s? You still had more quality women in that time period. So them singing about kissing the ground a woman walks on makes sense to me because women were worthy of that kind of treatment. Now, this is why I say time period matters. Look at R&B music in particular. I know I was saying it's not supposed to be genre specific because that's what the question was, regardless of genre, but R&B is very love focused, right? It has been since its inception, but R&B has also taken a shift. If you've noticed, since the mid 2000s to now, R&B has become less and less of what it was and started to adapt more hip hop traits or characteristics or talking points. Now you hear more R&B artists talk about fucking and gaming women, playing women. You know what I mean? Yes, there's still love songs, but they're few and far between. Why? Because of the era of women we have. That's why I'm saying you can't make a song like Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got. Unless it's Jay-Z and Foxy Brown version. But you can't do a Four Tops version. You can't do an OJ's You and Me. You and me, we can make it last. You can't sing songs like that anymore. Because we have a different era of women. That's why most men and women sing about sex more. They sing about shit just being played. Look at Tink. Nowadays, you just getting fucked and recycled. That's a good song, by the way. Shout out to Tink. Yo, Tink is fire, B. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what people are on right now. They on demon time right now. They on demon time. You know, they ain't on that lovey-dovey shit anymore. You know, but getting off a topic a little bit. Music has always been, you know, influential when it comes to emotions. Even if you don't go out and act those emotions or, you know, like give in completely, it still alters your mind state almost. Music is magical in that regard. You know? It just makes me think, like with my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, when she would tell me and my cousins not to listen to music before we went to bed. You know what I mean? Especially the music we was listening to. You know, like I said, like the hip hop and, you know, the negativity and the debauchery. Like I said, listening to that music can alter your mind while you're sleeping. You know what I mean? And I believe that. I honestly believe that. For example, if I'm listening to a song, let's say it's like a drill song or a song on some gangster shit, that puts me in that mind state. Even though I'm not going to go out and actually do that, you know, like run up on somebody or whatever, it puts you in that mind state for the time being. You know? I'm saying when you're hearing somebody like, you know, like I ran up with the mask on, or, you know, like with Freeway on What We Do. You know, What We Do? Catch a nigga sleeping while he out in the open, and I'ma get him. You know what I mean? Chop dimes up. That's what I'm saying. It puts you in that mind state. You know, fuck niggas up, laugh about it. I'm not trying to visit the morgue. That's what I'm saying. It puts you in a negative mind state. If you listen to a gospel song, like me, especially a more traditional gospel song, not a contemporary one, you know, not one that's just a generic ass song. I'm talking like on some James Cleveland type stuff, you know, like, or the Mighty Clouds of Joy. Like, I've been through the storm, that hits you. Or the scene in Five Heartbeats when Eddie Kane, you know, after he cleans himself up and he's singing in the choir, I Feel Like Going On. That scene gets me kind of teary-eyed sometimes because it hits me in the soul. You know what I mean? It hits me on a spiritual level when I listen to a traditional gospel song. Even more so when I'm going through it. Like if I listen to I Need You Now from Smokey Norfolk, or if I listen to Stand from Donnie McClurkin, or my favorite gospel song of all time, which is John P. Key, Standing in the Need of Prayer. When I listen to that, I feel something. You know what I mean? I get teary-eyed. You know what I mean? I feel something spiritually when I listen to those songs. And you can apply that to R&B songs or any rock ballad or any love song in general, even if it's a country love song. I'm saying you feel that. Don't break my heart, my achy, breaky heart. Nah, that's some just funny shit. You know what I mean? To me, that's just some funny shit. I don't feel nothing from that. When I listen to Open Arms from Journey, actually most stuff, whether it's Journey or Steve Perry solo, you know, like Oh Sherry. You know what I mean? I feel that. And I'm saying just certain songs, yeah, like, but as far as influencing men to simp like I said, it's to an extent. It's to an extent. Like it's me, I look at it once again as art imitating life. The reason why men were comfortable singing songs about love, loving their women, cherishing their women, is because in that time period, it was easier to do so. Most women were worthy for you to confide in them like that, or profess your love. Better yet, I said my bad choice of words. Now I said professing your love was a lot easier back then than it is now. It's like everybody is on some play shit and they don't take anything serious, and that's exactly what's reflected in the music now. You get what I'm saying? It's art imitating life more so than life imitating art. Now, both can be both, definitely. I'm not going to say it's not. Matter of fact, didn't they say something about, like, with the Columbine students that they were listening to, like some heavy metal music? Or it was one of those school shootings where they were listening to like this really heavy metal, like, stuff that was encouraging violence, and it made them go out there and do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I said to an extent. You can be influenced by something for the moment, like while you're listening to the song. After the song passed, you're pretty much done with it, right? It's not like all of us, I'm saying, we playing, Call of Duty, even though I don't play no Call of Dookie. I said, or playing Grand Theft Auto. It's not like I'm going to go out there and rob somebody's car and start shooting up everybody. I'm saying it's not like we're going to actually do that. Or if I'm playing Mortal Kombat, it's not like I'm going to run up on somebody and rip their fucking head off. That's what you know what I mean? I know that's not the best comparison or analogy, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's mostly art imitating life. Life inspires you to write music the way you do. Now, me, myself, I am a musician, so I know. That's why I had writer's block for the longest, because I wasn't living life, or I wasn't living life the way I wanted to. So that's why I couldn't write music the way I wanted to. Once I started experiencing life again, or having different experiences that I didn't have before, that inspired me to write. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at music overall. So that's why I say it does make men simp to an extent if they really take it to heart like that, but it's more so artists just expressing their feelings based on the experiences they went through. So I'm saying, if you're a guy and you've been around this amazing, incredible woman, she's like the biggest blessing in your life. Of course, you're going to write a song like that to express that. Like, I love this woman to death. I would do anything for her. I would do anything for you. I'm saying 3T, Michael Jackson's nephews. I felt that. That's what I'm saying. And I was a kid when I first heard that song on that singles cassette that my mom had back in the day. And that's why I'm saying, like, now I'll listen to a different since I'm older and have a better understanding. Or songs like All I Do Is Think of You with Troop. I can't wait to get to school each day and wait for you to pass my way. That's what I'm saying. You was like that in school when you was crushing on a chick. So you feel that on a different level. That's what I mean by art imitating life, more so than the other way around. So I would say music kind of does, to an extent, encourage men to simp, but in actuality, it's more so the other way around. I said it's basically artists writing down their experiences and how they feel, more so than anything. So that's the answer to your question. So you could say to an extent, but not necessarily, but definitely not a definitive yes. Not a definitive yes. Like I said, I look at it a little bit different now that I sat and really thought about it, But hopefully, you guys get what I was trying to say or see things from my perspective. But break's about to be over. Southpaw Slick, I'm out.